Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are staying at one of our bucket list resorts, and that is Disney's Aulani over in Oahu. So let's go take a look around. Here we are in our room. Now we actually booked the cheapest room that we could for this week. So it is a 2-queen partial ocean view room on a high floor. I know that's a lot, but that's essentially what room we are in. Now this is the entryway, and as you guys know, if you've watched other room tours, my favorite thing about entries is having some overhead lighting, which we actually have here. And it's actually decently bright compared to the light that we had over at the Hampton. So if you want to see that, it's a bit of a cheaper stay, still in almost the same area as Aulani. It's probably about 10 minutes away. So if you're looking for an affordable stay and you just kind of want to pop in, definitely check out that video. But over here to our left, this is the adjoining door. So if you had multiple people and you wanted to kind of share rooms, you could do that with this type of room. We didn't, obviously, but you do have this here, and it does have a nice lock to it. The light switches are over here by the door, and then over here to my right, your left, is gonna be the bathroom. So let's go take a look at it. Here we are in the bathroom. Now this is a fairly spacious bathroom. It does only have one sink, so it is not a double sink vanity. The bathtub, I will say, is a bathtub, so you could definitely sit back, relax, and enjoy this tub. They do have a rainfall shower head, which was actually quite nice. My only complaint about this bathtub is I do wish the shower was just a little bit further back, because you do feel like you're quite close to the front of the tub, and the bottom of the tub can get slippery depending on what products you use in the shower. So do keep that in mind for safety reasons, that it can get a little slippery. But I did enjoy the rainfall shower head, and it does have a detachable shower head as well. Overall though, I liked the pressure, the temperature was great. So this is a really great shower. As I mentioned over here, single sink. You do have lots of storage down here. They did give us some extra toilet paper. We have extra towels. It is nicely lit, and there is a magnifying mirror with a light to it, which I really liked. And there's lots of storage space up here. As you can see, I have fully spread out with all of my stuff. I don't pack light when it comes to vanity products, I guess you could say. And then back over here to our left is the toilet closet. And toilet closets are definitely helpful if you are traveling with a family and somebody needs to use the bathroom, but somebody else needs to get ready. So that person can come in here and use the bathroom while somebody else is getting ready, and vice versa. So it does come in handy, and you do see this in a lot higher end resorts. Next up, we're gonna go take a look at the rest of the room. Before we go see the rest of the room, this is kind of still in the entryway, but it's just past the bathroom. And over here to our right, well, my right, your left, is the closet. One thing I do want to say about this closet is that we did not get any Aulani robes. I'm not sure what level of room comes with the Aulani robes. They do sell them down in the gift shop, but I was a little disappointed to open the closet and not see any robes. That was a little bit of a letdown, because there are several hotels that we do stay at where we get robes, and it's just kind of nice to wrap yourself up. I might be able to call down to housekeeping and ask for a robe, but I haven't really tried. Now within this closet, we do have hangers. There is a decent amount of hanging space. There are extra linens up at the top, and there is a safe, as well as an ironing board, and in case of an emergency, there is a flashlight here, which is really nice to know, because we did have an impending hurricane this week, and we weren't quite really sure how that would go down, but thankfully, so far, it's going north of us, and we're just crossing our fingers that it stays north of us. Over here to my left is the mirror. So you do have a full-size mirror so you can do your fit check or whatever it is that you like to do with the mirror in the morning. So I thought that was quite nice. There are actually some extra plugs as well along the wall. So if somebody's getting ready in the bathroom and somebody else maybe needs to like do their hair, you got plugs so you can plug in I wouldn't suggest a curling iron, but you can plug in a flat iron and maybe your blow dryer over here so that everybody can get ready together. Now, let's go take a look at the rest of the room. This is the first half of the bedroom side, and there's a few things to show you over here, and then we'll take a few more steps forward. So over here to my right is the thermostat. It's definitely a little bit more on the dated side, so I'm not sure if there's any plans to upgrade them, but the room, air conditioning wise, is kind of a temperate 65 to 68 degrees. The best part is there is a ceiling fan in here, which you can control over here, as well as some of the light switches. So that's actually quite nice to have controls closer to the door when you come in case you want to turn the lights off, just to conserve energy while you're gone. Over here to my left is the coffee station or drink station, whatever you'd like to call it. It does come with a Keurig. We also have some enhancements for your coffee, I guess you could say. So there's sugar and creamers and stirrers. There's also coffee cups. And then in the drawer, oh, maybe not in the drawer actually. It's actually going to be kind of hidden down in here. There are little Keurig cups, and I just have to say, they're Disneyland 70th anniversary edition Joffrey's. So I might just take these home with me. Little extra souvenir there for those who like coffee. We do have a Keurig machine. We've actually got some other like smaller water cups in case you want some other cups. And then down here at the bottom is the ice bucket, and we'll show you where the ice and the drinks are too. On certain levels, they do have water refill stations. So if you bring a cup or you're gonna buy the refillable cups here, that way you can go get water and you don't have to keep spending money on bottled water. And we all know plastic isn't great for the environment. Now over here to the right is the first bed, and as I mentioned, it is a double queen room because it was the cheapest one for us to book. It was an extra $200 a night to get a king bed, and I was like, we can get cozy in the queen or we can spread it out. Doesn't really matter. But the best hack, if there are two people and you don't mind sharing a queen bed, legit tip here, you sleep in one queen bed for like the first half of your stay, and then you flip to the other queen bed afterwards, and it's a whole queen bed because nobody's ever slept in. But looking at the bed actually is very pillow toppy. It's very comfortable. The pillows are amazing. I've actually gotten some really great sleep the last 2 nights here. Granted, we did come from the Hampton and the bed was a little bit rough over at the Hampton, but if you know where we stayed before the Hampton, everything has been uphill since then. On either ends of both queens, there are like a little side table, and there's plugs noted underneath that do have USBs and regular plugs. And then in the middle, we have a bit of like a workstation. So we end up with 3 table surfaces getting the 2 queen beds. So that's pretty nice. There is also lots of storage underneath the beds, which is true Disney kind of how they like to design their rooms, or at least they used to give you lots of storage underneath your bed. So if you're traveling with lots of luggage or you've got lots of people, definitely utilize that under bed storage. Over here to the left, this is the dresser kind of media station. So we kind of unpacked a little bit and put our clothes away just so that way we could kind of see them and it wasn't kind of out in the room. We also have a mini fridge down here, which is full of the salads that we picked up yesterday, a little bit of our leftover dinner from last night, and my medicine, which is always why we need a mini fridge. The TV is actually quite big, and I will tell you, you can log into your Disney Plus account if you have one. They also have Disney movies on demand. They have Disney animation classes on demand that you can do. They also have a few other Disney specific things and they're on demand. So you don't have to have Disney Plus, but you won't get the full catalog. But you can also Chromecast to the TV, which is what we did last night, so we could still watch our reality TV. And we watched the new Lilo and Stitch last night, which was kind of fitting being in Oahu. And we got to go to Kualua Ranch, where they film a lot of movies from Hollywood. So definitely check out that video too, because that was really cool. But I have to say, hats off to the housekeeping department here, because when we first got here, they gave us a Mickey head with these little lovely flowers. And then today we got a swan, we got Mickey pins, and we got little chocolates and another happy anniversary. So if you're celebrating something, it's always fun to celebrate on a Disney property. But I have to say, I really feel like the staff at Aulani have gone above and beyond for us. And this day has been absolutely wonderful. Last up is going to be the workstation. And this is the hub for Gary. As you can see, he's all spread out, ready to edit and upload his next video. And as you can see, this is the iconic Mickey Aulani lamp, which you can buy down in the gift shop if you wanted to take one home. I think it's cute. I don't really have a place for it yet, but you can still, I think, buy it online. So if you go home and you decide you want it, you could still buy it online. So maybe once we get our podcast studio up, we'll welcome in a little bit of Hawaii Mickey magic into our studio space. There is another mirror over here on the wall. You do have 2 chairs, so if you wanted to sit down and have dinner here, you can. However, there is no room service at Aulani, so do keep that in mind. Again, with the other bed, we do still have more underbed storage here, and that on the end is the extra table. There are matching sconces on both ends, and they do all 3 get pretty bright. And as I mentioned before, we do have an overhead fan, which we know Gary loves. It only has 1 speed though, so do keep that in mind. Now, for what you guys have all been waiting for, what does the partial ocean view look like? Let's go take a look. Here is our view. Now, every room at Aulani does have a balcony. I do think it depends on what type of room you have as to how big your balcony might be, but don't quote me on it because I haven't seen what the other balconies truly look like, just kind of what I'm seeing from where we're at. But we do have a partial view, which if I stand right here, I actually see the water this way, but if I stand where Gary's standing, I see the water that way. So if the Four Seasons was not here, we probably would have a full ocean view. And I will say, I do kind of feel bad for the people at the Four Seasons that are on that side of the resort because they're basically just looking at us and they don't really have a whole other stuff. Now, looking down, I do believe that that is the adults only pool at the edge, and then down directly below us is actually the spa, which we're gonna be going to on Thursday, and I'm so excited to take you guys along with us, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys wanna see us go to the spa. One other added benefit of every room having a balcony is that you do have 2 chairs and a table. One downside I will say though is at night there is no lighting out here, so it is quite dim, but it's also a bit relaxing too because once your eyes adjust, you can sort of see the tide coming in, you can hear the waves, and it's just very nice, chill, and peaceful. And so now that we've seen the room and the view, let's go check out the rest of the resort.
If you ever wonder what the hallways look like, here's what the hallways look like in Aulani. Made it to the fitness center. Once you get there, there's a bottle refill station. Some towels, some restrooms, some aerobic stuff. Oh, interesting. Exercise routines. We got the treadmills, ellipticals, stair climber, row machine, pelotons, free weights, and then 2 machines. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. And like a screen showing you some exercises. Huh. And then they do have some fitness classes if you're interested. Now these are actually outside, these aren't in the fitness center. But you can see and scan there for that. This is a really nice fitness center. And it's hidden away too. I'll show you in a second where it's located. If you go back by the pool, this is the spa. We'll actually be going there on Thursday, so subscribe. But there's the fitness center on the other side. Also on the first floor, if you go back towards the elevators, they do have a guest laundry. So let's check this out. So you gotta get tokens. One token's 30 minutes for washing, one token's 60 minutes for drying. They have some soda machines, ice machines, and then they have washers and dryers. They definitely look older. I will find out what the tokens are. And here are some dryers. I believe, no, they're all dryers. So they have 6 dryers and 3 washers. Not very many washers and dryers here. Okay, so here's how we get the tokens. Interesting. One token equals $5, so it's $5 to wash, $5 to dry. I'm interested to see what the tokens look like. I might actually get one just to see what the tokens look like. And then they also have the soap bleach softeners that just got tied amounts. Well, that's concluding our stay here at Aulani. Definitely was something we had hoped to do for a very long time and was slightly disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know if we like kind of built it up in our heads too much, or maybe things were better in the years prior to COVID. But overall, I would say it was kind of 50-50 for me. There were aspects of the resort that I really liked, and then there were aspects of the stay that I just found frustrating or disappointing.
Yeah, weird with the food on property. Sometimes they're not serving any food at all. There's so few restaurants. They have 3 different menus during the day. Why, I don't know.
Housekeeping was a little bit of a headache because if you have issues, which if you've watched any of our other videos, you kind of already know what happened. We called down and we tried to get some stuff moved around. We thought it was all clear, but instead it just kind of made it a bigger problem.
And they gave us attitude, like it's not that hard just to send somebody up to clean the room. The room itself, the fan is useless, so it does have a fan, but it doesn't do anything. The air does not get cold at all in this room. It's rather disappointing. The Hampton Inn's air was
chillier.
Significantly better. The bed's comfortable. The water pressure was good. The tub and stuff is a little slippery, so if you have mobility issues, be cautious there.
We did get a decent view of the water and the pools.
Yeah, and the character breakfast was phenomenal, so definitely recommend that. But everything else, I don't think it's worth the price. I think Nacy put it good in a previous video. We've paid less and got better at other places, so I don't understand why you would want to pay all of this to stay here.
Now, we will probably do a full debrief on our podcast, so make sure you guys check that out wherever you listen to podcasts.
Awkward Chats.
And if you made it this far, make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, Baby Ruth?
Bye, everybody.
Bye. We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel. We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.